From a dormitory haunted by a former student, to an old and frightening castle, and paranormally active houses along Main Street, we explore the legends of spirits here at Ursinus College. This is UC Hauntings. Hobson Hall was bought by Ursinus in 1944 from Ed Fretz, Ursinus' treasurer of 16 years, and his wife Mabel. The name Hobson comes from Mabel's maiden name. After the purchase, rumors were being told of the building being haunted in 1999. Coincidentally, 6 years prior, a student passed away in the house. Also, rumor has it that a spirit of a child who was killed in a car accident just outside the house still remains there today. Residents of Hobson experience paranormal activity in their home fairly frequently, which supports the claims of unexplainable occurrences many years ago. Hobson resident Emma Kramer also explains her background knowledge of the house and rumors that she has heard.
Where kind of the haunting stuff kind of started, we did have a Phi Alpha Psi sister who did pass away in her room. She had some heart problems and just kind of passed away in her sleep, so she didn't feel a thing. But it was in one of the rooms that was here. And if you guys, I don't know if you know Kegwin, which is where the new Welcome Center is going to be, that used to be Phi Psi's as well. So we do have two ghosts in Hobson. One's name is Kenny, and the other one is Terry. So Terry was a sister, and she passed away in her second semester of her senior year. She was the president of her student class, just kind of like an overall amazing kind of student and just kind of a person in general. And we still keep in contact with her mom and stuff like that, so they're pretty awesome. So there's her and Kenny. So Kenny was a little boy, and they used to live in Kegwin. So Kegwin, way back then, it was an actual family that lived there, and students would live in with them. And Kenny was playing with a ball outside, and the ball ended up rolling into the middle of the street, and he got hit by a car. So Kenny kind of made his way over here, and we think that him and Terry are kind of friends, and I think Terry kind of looks out for Kenny. So over the summer, this is my first year living in Hobson, but I did know of kind of the stories and all of that stuff. But over the summer, one of the campus safety officers, I don't know what his name is, I can get that for you, but I don't know it off the top of my head. He did do a paranormal activity study in here and did find some kind of things. One of them being in the room that Terry did live in. The window shades were opening and closing, as well as they did hear a ball bouncing down the steps. So those are the two ghosts that we have. They're friendly ghosts. We don't really, it doesn't really bother us. We always say hi and just make sure that we're on good terms with all of them. But yeah, that's what I know.
After hearing Emma's initial background and personal experiences, she proceeded to explain even more encounters that her and her housemates had with the multiple Hobson spirits.
So one, the girl that just went down the stairs, she lives up on the third floor, and sometimes her door will shake, but not with breeze or anything, it will shake. And she actually just fractured her elbow the other couple weeks ago, and she left her sling in my room, and I'm on the second floor, and we went to bed. She forgot the sling, so she came down and got it. And it was after that big rainstorm that we have. I don't know if you guys remember, but it was soaking wet, so it was drying. And I woke up in the morning and it was on the floor, and I was like, okay, that's weird. I thought she took it. And so we went on about the day. I texted her, I was like, hey, Rance, your sling is in my room. She goes, I thought I took it. I said, so did I. And I asked my roommate, and I was like, Margo, where did this sling come from? Didn't she take it? She goes, it was in my backpack this morning. My backpack was zipped up, and the sling was in there, so I took it out, and then I went to class. I said, well, that's weird. So that's the only kind of paranormal thing that has happened to me so far, but it is still early in the year.
Because of the amount of stories that have come from Hobson, Emma gave us a tour of the house to see the many places where residents have experienced the paranormal, including Terry's room. Lydia Pierce is the student currently living in Terry's room, and she also explains her paranormal encounters in the room.
All right, so we have two rooms on the first floor, 107 and 106. My friends lived in this room last year, and sometimes the lights would flicker a little bit, and window shades would shoot up and stuff like that. I don't know if they've had anything this year, but they are new to the house, but that was just something from last year.
Wow.
All right, so this is the second floor. This is my room. This is where kind of the sling action happened. It was in my roommate's backpack.
Oh, crazy.
So yeah, kind of cool. That's Kelly and Marissa's room. Sometimes they have little things moving and stuff like that. Apparently these two rooms have a lot of activity. They see it a lot. For these two, from moving, literally like candles moving, to pieces of clothing, to once again the window shades and stuff like that, they'll open. This is Terry.
Oh, this is good.
A shot of it.
Yeah,
so we honor her. And this is the third floor. I don't know if Lydia's in her room. Hey, would you be able to speak a little bit?
Yeah, so this is her room. When she lived here, her bed was actually exactly where mine was, which is kind of a cool fact because when she passed away, she fell off of her bed and no one found her for a few days because she was behind the door.
Oh. Well, that's crazy.
I actually lived in this room last year too, and one day when my bed used to be here, I was laying there one night and I was like in the dazed zone. I was like right before I was about to fall asleep, and I felt like pressure on like that side of the bed. It felt like someone was like climbing into bed with me. It was very...
That is crazy.
Yeah. She also used to, like this window, it would just like open, like the shutter used to be closed all the time, and then it would just like open randomly.
Wow.
That was one of the things they found out over the summer. They did like a whole...
Oh, is that the video that we saw? Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
That was in here.
Yeah, that was this window right over here.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah.
Wow, this is
All right,
great.
and then I'll show you the door that likes to wiggle.
Yes.
Oh.
yeah.
Wow, this is great.
She didn't even shut it, but this is it. So like she'll hear it like go like that sometimes.
Ah,
It's a little
gotcha.
weird. But yeah, that's Hobson.
Sick.
It's fun. Oh, absolutely. I'm a big believer in spirits, and I think that like when people pass away, and if it's for a good or bad reason, if their spirit is in the house, it will stay here. I mean, I did love American Horror Story, so it's kind of that vibe a little bit. But at the same time, she is a good spirit that we have here, and she is a sister, and we do live by like kind of the morals that she upheld while she was here, and that's a big thing throughout Phi Alpha Psi of like kind of upholding those kind of leadership kind of vibes and positions and kind of things to live up to. So we do still honor her, and we have all of those different things. So I think by honoring her and kind of living in her home and stuff like that and respecting her, we do have a tree in the backyard dedicated to her. I think that's why it makes it a little bit better. Yeah.
After a comprehensive tour and multiple stories gathered from our interview with Emma, we can easily conclude that Hobson Hall is indeed haunted by multiple spirits. In our final episode, we will explore Shriner Hall and learn more about the strange happenings in yet another Main Street house. Be sure to tune in on YouTube.